Tina stands up angrily, grabs a plate from the table, smashes it on the floor, and says to Jack in anger, "Brother, from today on you go your way and I'll go mine." Jack yells back, "Yeah, fine. You're insisting on marrying that poor guy, aren't you?" He slams his hand on the table, knocking it over, and continues, "Fine. If you leave today, don't ever come back. I never want to see you again." Tina, crying, says, "Brother, I have no other choice today. I have to go with him. Please don't stop me." Jack angrily replies, "Fine. If you've got the guts to walk out of this house, then never come back." At that moment, Linda runs in, pushes Jack, and says, "Jack, have you lost your mind? You're the older brother. You should be the one understanding her." Jack responds coldly, "I don't care. She didn't listen to me. From now on, she's not stepping foot in this house." Linda angrily says, "Fine. Do whatever you want." Then she storms off. 10 years later, Tina steps out of a car, walks up to her husband, and says, "Michael, I haven't been back home in 10 years. I don't know how my brother and sister-in-law are doing. I don't even know if my brother will accept me." Michael replies thoughtfully, "Babe, you had a huge fight with your brother 10 years ago, and you haven't called him once since then. But maybe when you see him, he'll talk to you." Tina says, "Let's go see what happens." Michael nods and they walk forward together. From a distance, they stop when they see Linda running excitedly toward Jack, saying, "Look, your son got into college." Jack lights up with joy. "Really?" He drops what he's doing and rushes over to look at the admission letter. Then Linda says worriedly, "Our son really did great. He got into such a good university. But where are we going to get the money for tuition?" Jack reassures her, "Getting into college is a blessing. No matter what, we'll make sure he goes." Seeing this, Michael quietly says to Tina, "Babe, it looks like your brother hasn't been doing too well." Tina thinks for a moment, then leans over and whispers something in Michael's ear. A little later, Jack is walking back home when he suddenly notices Tina sitting off to the side. Surprised, he says, "Little sister, you're back?" Tina, pretending to be poor, walks toward him and says, "Brother, I came to see you. Other people come back successful after starting a business." Jack cuts her off angrily. "You've been gone all these years and you still came back empty-handed?" Tina lowers her head and says sadly, "Brother, life out there isn't easy. Business is like a battlefield. I lost everything I earned. Now I'm deep in debt. I came back to hide." Jack replies sternly, "Let's go home and talk." They head toward the house. A little later, Jack knocks on Aunt Xiao's door. She walks up behind him and says, "Jack, are you here to pay the rent?" Jack says awkwardly, "No, my little sister is back. She started a business, but it failed. I came to borrow some money from you so I can help her." Aunt Xiao responds casually, "I've got plenty of money." She takes cash out of her bag and says, "Here, but the interest will be double." Jack silently takes the money. Just then, Tina runs up and calls out, "Brother." Jack quickly hides the money behind his back and says, "What are you doing here?" Tina says, "Brother, I saw everything. Return the money." She takes the cash from Jack's hand and gives it back to Aunt Xia. Tina grabs Jack's hand and says, "Let's go." After walking a short distance, Tina smiles and says, "Brother, none of that was real. I just came to test you." She opens her bag, revealing a large amount of cash, and hands it to Jack. "All this money is for you."